You know, to me, Instagram really is a community. It's not just like a website for me to post what I'm up to. I like the fact that we're kind of building a family on there, you know? I like seeing the same names in my comments. I recognize those people. I see their names, I see their profiles, I engage with their stuff. I love that part of it. Sometimes I'll click on a hashtag and just go through some of the photos that I see on that hashtag and like and comment on them because, again, I think that's what Instagram is really for and that's the way it should be used. Not everybody agrees with it, that's how I like to use it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Does that answer the question? Yeah? Okay, cool.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, what was your first impression of Jared and Jensen when you met them?
They were tall. A lot taller than I thought they were. Usually you meet actors and they're like a foot shorter than you thought they were. I did a movie called Up in the Air, and yeah, oh yeah, I love that movie too. And I thought George Clooney was probably going to be 6 feet, 6'2", something like that. I don't know why. Just in the, you know, when you watch people in the movies, especially when they're leading men, you just assume they're tall. And then I met George Clooney, and I was the same height as him. And I thought, yes! Thank God. There's hope. So yeah, Jared and Jensen, I mean, yes, they're tall, but they also just could not have been nicer. They were welcoming. That was really the biggest thing for me on a show like that, right? It had been on for 8 years at that point. When you are jumping on a set of a show that has been on for so long, and these people have spent almost a decade together, you don't expect to be kind of welcomed. You know, you expect not to be for them to be unwelcoming, but just for them to kind of be doing their thing. It's a job. They're in, they're out. Hey, how's it going? All right, bye. But I got on that set, and they could not have been more just like bringing me in, messing with me, doing pranks and stuff. That is how a guest actor on a show can all of a sudden feel like they're part of the family. And the truth is they're really smart for doing that because it probably makes all these people that visit their show do a hell of a lot better, right? The more comfortable you are, the better work that you do. And so it's nice of them. They are good people, clearly, but it's also so smart of them when you are the leads of a show to make sure to realize that you set the tone, right? Jared and Jensen truly set the tone for that set, and it all starts with them. And so as a result, everybody on that set is just nice, welcoming. They're ready to work. They don't dilly-dally, but they also have fun, and they're not afraid of that. They laugh. Those are all things you want to find when you're visiting a set. So, you know, that's why I think most actors jump at the chance to come back to that show because of the environment that they've created there.
Thank you.
Of course. Hi.
I'm back.
Hello.
Sorry, I just have one more question.
Please.
By the time you appeared in the first episode,
Yeah.
the character played by Hal Linden had already died.
Yes.
Okay, but while you were both in the same episode, was there any interaction between the two of you off stage?
So here's a funny story. I'm going to tell you a funny story. When I was 13 years old, okay, I had started acting when I was 8 or 9. I was 13 years old. I did a couple productions of a play called The Gathering. And the first production I did was starring me and this guy named Theodore Bickel, who is amazing. Yeah, he was the original Captain Von Trapp in Sound of Music. He did Fiddler on the Roof for like 2,000 performances or something crazy like that. Amazing guy. We did a production of it, and then we were about to do another production of that play going to Broadway. signed on to do another thing of Fiddler, another tour of Fiddler on the Roof. So replacing him was Hal Linden. And so when I was 13 years old, me and Hal Linden starred in a play called The Gathering. And we spent months together. And then lo and behold, years later, more than 10 years later, I come to Vancouver and I'm gonna come guest on the show. And who's playing my grandfather? Hal Linden. And we saw each other at the hotel and had a laugh about it because it was just crazy, you know, like the chances of him playing my grandfather again ever were nuts, but over a decade later is even crazier. And so we ended up going to lunch and getting to reminisce and talk about that time working together, and yeah, it kind of came full circle, and it's one of those things that makes you feel like you're in the right place at the right time, you know? So that's my Hal Linden story.
I am so glad I asked that question.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for asking me. Hi.
Hi, Anna.
What's your name?
Cassie.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi. So I just recently watched Veronica Mars.
Yeah. Veronica Mars.
I saw the revival.
Sorry?
I saw the revival. And
Yeah.
I was just wondering how it felt to be on that set again, and if you're coming back.
Oh man. Well, first of all, I hope I'm coming back. If they do another season on Hulu, that would be amazing. Rob Thomas, who created that show, is a dear friend and a champion of mine, and has been extremely helpful to me as an actor, but also as a writer, and has given me tons of advice over the years, and so I'm very grateful to him. As far as what it was like, I did Veronica Mars again over a decade ago. So I had never kind of come back to a character after 10 years. That was like a very bizarre experience. But it was cool. It was like almost like we never left. You know, I got the set. I saw Rico. We gave each other a big hug. Rico Colatoni plays Veronica Mars' father. And then Kristen Bell jumped on my back and gave me a big hug. And it was like we had never left. And except I was just hairier. A lot more hair on my face than when I did the show originally. But yeah, no, it was fun. And honestly, I don't know if you guys saw it, but they didn't need to bring me back at all. That was just like out of the kindness of Rob's heart, because he really wanted to include familiar faces from people that were beloved on the show, and it was wonderful. It was just such a cool experience getting to go back and hang out with those guys again.
I like seeing you back.
Oh, thank you so much, Cassie. I appreciate it. All right. How are we doing? I think we got all those questions out of the way, huh? All right. Well, I don't even know how much time we have. Where are my people? Hello? Is it just us now? Now I can tell the real stories. So, let me tell you about the time. Oh, wait, another question. Oh, I was about to say something real juicy, guys. Never mind. No, I'm kidding. I had nothing. Hi.
That's what I know. How on earth did you start acting so young? Was your family at
Oh, good question.
showbiz?
So no, my family was not in showbiz. Here's the story. My brother, Gabe, he was incredibly good looking as a child. He's still pretty good looking, but as a child, he had like perfect features. He kind of looked like a girl almost. He was a pretty boy, you know? Where am I going with this? Good question. He got stopped on the street by a producer who was like, hey, you would be great for this commercial I'm producing. And he was like, okay, and why don't you come audition? And so he went and he auditioned for this Sweet Tarts commercial. And he did not book the role. But he liked what he was doing, wanted to do some more of it. Someone in the building that we lived in New York City was like, hey, you know, I know this talent manager, you should take Gabe and meet with her. She works with kids, and maybe she'll like him. And I heard this and would not shut up and just said, let me go, I just want to see what they do there, I want to go with, blah, blah, blah. I won't say anything, I just want to see what's going on. And so my mom brought me and my brother, and I didn't shut up the entire time. I was just like doing circles around her desk. I was just being a kid, I was 8, whatever, you know, I was being a kid. And she was like, great, I'd love to sign them both and send them on some auditions. And so we both started going on auditions for commercials and little plays and things like that. And eventually my brother stopped doing it, he didn't like it, and I was a doctor. It worked out for him. And I just kept going. And I'm homeless. So it's worked out for me okay too. No, and that was basically how we started. Started going on auditions, did some plays, did some commercials, and yeah, and the rest is history. I did it there for 10 years and then moved out here to do a play out here. Moved out to Los Angeles to do a play at the Amundsen Theater and stayed there. Been there ever since.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Hi. What was it like working on Without a Trace?
Oh my God, that's a deep cut. You guys watched Without a Trace? Well, I hope you don't remember me from it, because I did not play a nice character. I was actually just talking about Without a Trace because it was the first time that I played one of these characters where, like, you meet him and you don't really think much of the guy, right? For those that don't know, Without a Trace is sort of like Law and Order, you know, what they call a procedural case of the week. And so I was the guy, you meet him and you're like, oh, he seems nice. And then, like, a few scenes later, it's like, oh no, he kills and rapes people. Got it. Wonderful. And so on Without a Trace, God, this is horrible. I played a guy who kidnapped a girl and put her in a cage and tortured her. It was horrible. And now, right now, I don't even know if I can say this. I'm working on a show right now, I can't tell you what it is, where I'm playing a similar character. And this is the 5th time I've done it. I did it on Without a Trace, I did it on iZombie, I did it on Bones. I keep, what is it about me? It's the innocent face, but the murderous insides, I guess. They're like, he looks nice, but I bet he would murder somebody if the time came. Okay. The eyebrows? All right. Okay. Oh, hello. Hey! Clay Dix, ladies and gentlemen!
Put your hands together for the country
Well, we were just wrapping up here, guys.
Well,
I was about to tell the really juicy stuff, but I guess I'll, no, I'm kidding. I, again, have nothing.
I feel like we should wrap this out with a rock solid, only can be done by this man, Clay Dix song.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Clay Dix, singing the...